Hello, YouTube. Today we're going to talk about T-Rex arms again. And I know some of you guys are sick of it. Some of you guys are sick of it. Some of you guys are like me, and you're just kind of you're like you're watching. You're kind of watching for the next thing. And for the guys like me, if you've been watching closely, there's some interesting things happening with T-Rex arms that they aren't in and of themselves like necessarily the business exploding, but it's giving you signs. It's giving you some understanding of where the Botkins, not Lucas, but the other Botkins, the asshat Botkins. It gives you some idea of what they're thinking and what they've got going on. Okay, so most notably, you guys might remember, I'm sure you do, the recent T-Rex video explaining their side of the story. Like, oh, this is all the facts that we're putting out there. We want to be transparent with the community. Well, they took that video off YouTube. Sort of. They didn't delete it. They didn't private it. They unlisted it. So if you have a previously existing link, you can find the video, but otherwise it does not appear on their channel. Now, obviously, for a video like that, where it's a lot of people are scrutinizing it, there's a lot of comments, there's a lot of controversy, all of that sort of stuff. For people like them, when they unlist that thing, that is sounding the retreat. That's showing that they understand they're getting slagged by the audience, and they don't like it. Those guys are pretty fragile in terms of the egos, and I think they're a little bit bewildered right now. They're like, oh, what the fuck is going on? Like, we put out our story, and people are still attacking us. I think, and probably, if I'm guessing, what they're doing is blaming Lucas for that stuff rather than looking inward and understanding why it's happening. Another interesting thing we've seen here is T-Rex Arms has fired back up their eBay page. Apparently it's been inactive for a while, but if you guys sent it to me that the eBay page is in fact active again, what does that really mean? Doesn't really mean that much, but it's just showing you, hey, they're making changes here quickly to try to make more money. Another interesting thing that we've seen here, T-Rex is now buying ads on YouTube, on the search pages. Tons of people have hit me up about it. I'm on YouTube Premium, so I don't see ads, but I'll take your guys' words for it that T-Rex is running ads. Now, to me, that is the biggest sign that the management has changed, and these guys, I think they really don't know what they're doing. T-Rex spending money directly on buying ad space seems completely crazy to me. When I toured their place a couple years ago, they had in-house video production. They had their own media crew, and their guerrilla marketing is great because they're just putting out videos, talking about products, talking about the training. The idea that they would buy ad space to me is crazy. Like, why would you run ads? You guys put out content. You're a destination in terms of the content for your customers. You should not be buying ads. And to me, that's a big sign. It's not a very smart move, I don't think. They should be tuning up their in-house ad production, or not ad. They should be tuning up their content production in-house and going hard on that. Buying ad space seems real dumb to me, but they didn't get here. They didn't get to this place by being smart. I'll put it that way. All right, one more interesting thing here. Would prefer to remain anon with this info, but T-Rex came by our shop a while back asking if we wanted to be dealers for them, requested $2,500 opening order, $10K a year in orders to maintain dealer status. That seemed a little crazy to me for holsters and a small selection of nylon. Yes. So anyway, T-Rex trying to get a dealer program going, approaching people to be dealers. I've heard there's some people that had signed up to be dealers that have now pulled out. Again, this is another sign that things are not going well for T-Rex. I mean, think about it. The benefit to T-Rex for having more dealers is fairly low, right? So they're going to push product to dealers, and then the dealers have to sell it. They're going to take a lower margin on that. And it's a lot of work to get dealer programs like that going. I'm not saying there's nothing in it for T-Rex, but there's not that much in it because their direct sales is, it's all set. And it's a destination for content, or at least it used to be. It is, once again, a really bad sign for T-Rex. that they're trying to get a dealer program going with their holsters. Now, let's go to your comments on the last T-Rex video. I know you guys love it. Well, some of you love it, some of you don't. All right. SIG and T-Rex are in a bidding war over Tim Kennedy for new CEO. I was like, probably not true, but might be true. A guy attacking me or maybe complimenting me. This is the TMZ of gun industry. Yes. Yes. I mean, I think this stuff is fascinating because we can look at it from the outside and be like, huh, what's going on here? It's like, it looks like T-Rex is, these guys have they fucked up and it looks like they're having problems now. All right, let's keep going. No one wants layoffs for the employees, but the execs won't be foregoing their salaries to compensate. Yeah, see, that's the unfortunate thing with this. Watching this unfold is that it's very bad for the employees. The people still at T-Rex Arms, I kind of feel for because it's like all of a sudden the job security is not looking so good. It's not looking so good for them, and hopefully they land on their feet. Now, as far as the asshat crew, with the evil Botkins will say, fuck them. Like, who cares about them? All right. Colonel Sleepy is hilarious. Well, thank you very much. A lot of people do find it amusing that I refer to, I think, Colonel Dahl as Colonel Sleepy. He does look really sleepy normally. All right. T-Rex made one crucial mistake in all of this. They forgot to post when it ends. I think they thought it would end with their big explanation, and they posted the timeline, and they posted the original partnership agreement. I think they thought it was it. Like, it's going to be curtains for this deal. But they were wrong. T-Rex and SIG should be considered if Ben's time and just merge the company so Ben only has to cover one company's drama. That would be very thoughtful of them. They took one of the most polarizing figures in the GunTuber universe and made everyone rush to his defense. T-Rex did that, not Lucas. Yeah, I think that's a really good point. So Lucas has always been polarizing and controversial and all of that stuff. Like, a lot of people really don't like Lucas. A lot of people do like Lucas, and Lucas is, he's opinionated. He's all of these things that makes for interesting shit online. Like, that's the type of stuff that I like online. I want it to be interesting. And what T-Rex did is take the situation and make it so, like, Lucas is, he's the good guy in this. For whatever you want to say about Lucas, on this one, he's being victimized by them for sure. Sucks for the employees, but I ordered a Tier 1 holster instead of T-Rex due to the recent trauma. Yeah, and I think there's a lot of people like that now. It's to the point where, like, me, I would say I'm not super, like, I'm not, like, moralizing really, or I don't do a lot of stuff because, I think this is right or wrong or whatever. But it's like T-Rex has made it so, like, I would feel a little bit dirty buying a holster from them. Kind of like I don't want to buy another SIG pistol just because it's like, I don't want to, like, they've pushed it too far. Like, I don't want to support them. And you got to go pretty far for me to be just like, man, enough. So many companies have shit on me for years, and I don't really react. But these guys, I can't take it. All right. Wait till Lucas buys back T-Rex for 1/100th of its current value. That may be. Now, I think Lucas has said he's walking away from this thing. He doesn't really want it back. I don't know if that's true or whatever. I think for him psychologically, he needs to, like, be prepared. Just like, I'm going to leave and that's behind me. I just think that's where his head needs to be right now. But I do think if he could get it back for a decent price and kind of rescue it and all that, I think that would be such a great story. I think his brothers are too big of pricks to do that, to, like, actually sell to him. But you never know. Maybe they'll get smart one of these days. Okay. Horrible time to lose a job. The people that will get hurt most have nothing to do with the drama. They are building gear to pay their bills and put food on the table. Sad. Yeah, that is true. And that's the reality. The people that work there seem nice to me. They seem like good people. They're not, and they're getting screwed because mommy and daddy are fighting effectively. I think T-Rex Arms was taken away from Lucas through religious cult type pressure. Lucas was raised and grew up with the leeches that took over his company. That's a psychological advantage until his wife saved him and opened his eyes to the betrayal. I think that's a fairly reasonable interpretation of events. Maybe not everybody would agree it's accurate. Maybe not everybody involved would agree it's accurate. But from the outside, it's like, seems pretty reasonable, doesn't it? The only thing that would make the drama better would be T-Rex shilling 320s. Oh, that would be amazing. Oh, that was amazing. Sucks for the people that just went to work, did their job the best they could, and these egos ruined their lives. This is a preemptive post for the layoffs. Yeah, I think there will be layoffs. I've been hearing stories about production people going home early or, things like that. I just don't think there's enough work for them. And the problem is these brothers, I mean, again, not Lucas, these other guys are so like hard-headed that I can't imagine them. Like, it's almost like they have to believe what they're doing is right. They have to believe that their version of events is the only version of events. I think they have to believe that in order to keep doing this stuff. All right. The funny thing is that now they sold it all to Lucas, a good amount of people would jump at the bit to support. If people start losing their job, it's because these Christians would rather sink it and be petty. Yes. You know what? Yes. That's actually true. And I think if you like back up and look at the timeline here, it is on the asshat Botkins for what's happening now. Lucas tried to buy it from them, tried to offer them more money to buy it from them. They don't want to sell it to him. So then he's like, all right, I'm out. You guys got to pay me. They are, I think they're forcing Lucas's hand here. And this is the only way that Lucas has to play it. And there's people that are going to get hurt in the crossfire. And it sucks. Yeah, these guys are petty fuckers. Of course. I remember 5 seconds ago when Lucas was a terrible, no good, very bad person for making a pretty benign little dig at PSR that everyone interpreted as you're not allowed to have fun with guns. And now he's somehow the people's hero who can do no wrong and never has. The internet being the internet, I guess. Yeah, people, that's how the internet works. Like this Lucas's dig at PSR, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't know. Like I've seen people reference that. I was like, I have no idea. I don't care. And I wouldn't say Lucas is a people's hero who can do no wrong. I would say Lucas is an interesting personality. And through watching this whole scenario play out, I respect him a lot more. I'm just like, wow, look at from where you were a year ago to how you played it out and like got it to this moment. I think well done, Lucas. That's what I think. In my opinion, his brothers must feel that Lucas chose his new wife over his own family. It seems distrust in Lucas's wife caused all of this. For example, asking Lucas's new wife to sign a prenup was of immediate concern, yet the bros' wives weren't questionable because they are a known quantity. It took an outsider to point out the imbalances, and when that happened, she strengthened their belief she was a troublemaker. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what happened. From what I've heard and kind of how I understand it, I don't think there was a lot of lawyers in the mix with any of this T-Rex stuff. I don't think there was a lot of members of the legal profession around until she came around, and then was like, oh, you want me to get a prenup? Cool. Their wives should get postnups. And then, yeah, I'm sure that changed. I'm sure that changed the dynamic when she was saying stuff like that. Anyway, folks, I'll keep watching. Like I said, the subtle signs are there. Like I'm seeing a business in trouble right now. And, man, best outcome would be for Lucas to get it back, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Well, I mean, the brothers would have to not be assholes for that to happen, I suppose.